information. Sometimes in
Okay.
negative factual information questions, it is necessary to check the entire passage in order to make sure that your choice is not mentioned. However, in this example, the question is limited to one paragraph, so your answer should be based just on the information in that paragraph. Choice A is a restatement of the first sentence in the paragraph. Since most Americans, let's like, oh, yeah, that's good. Since most Americans did not think that the arts were useful, they considered them unimportant. And this is here, like what we said. The hardworking, practical did not consider the arts. So B, okay. Choice B makes the same point as the third sentence. The United States was long overdue in developing art that did not reproduce European traditions, which means that up to this point in history, American art did reproduce European traditions. So up to this point, like until this point, it was reproducing the European arts and traditions. But after this period, it started like developing art that did not reproduce European traditions. Okay, C. A choice C is a restatement of the second sentence in the paragraph. American artists were frustrated because of the public's attitude that European art was better than American art. Choice D is not mentioned anywhere in the paragraph because you're asked to identify the choice that is not mentioned in the passage or that contradicts the passage. So the correct answer choice is D. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions or it's clear? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Hello.
Okay, is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. So we'll move to the type 3, which is vocabulary questions.
Yes, please.
These questions ask you to identify the meanings of individual words and phrases as they are used in the reading passage. A word might have more than one meaning, but in the reading passage, only one of those meanings is relevant because of the context. So, as we all know in English, words can have different meanings depending on the way and you use it. I can use
Yes,
a
I agree.
word, yeah. Usually, a word or phrase is chosen to be tested as a vocabulary question because understanding that word or phrase is important to understanding texts in a wide variety of academic subjects. And this is very important, okay? And this gives us a clue on how to improve ourselves in this type of questions. So the type of vocabs that you will be tested on will be academic vocabs. So the more academic vocabs you know, the better your probabilities of answering this question correctly. And I will send you like a PDF that contains maybe 10 or 20 academic vocabs that are like common in this question. I hope you study it. In other words, the terms selected for testing and vocabulary questions are not technical or specific to a given academic field. Like he won't ask you about the meaning of hypothalemia or something in medicine, something in biology. Won't ask you about specific technical things. No, he will ask you about like concept, what concept is, like argument. What is an argument? Like what is illustrate? So he will ask you about general term, but they will be academic. When specialized words or phrases are used by a passage author, they are usually defined using either parentheses or a hyperlink. Sorry, but 1 minute, 1 minute, and I will be back because the battery of my laptop is running out, so I don't want it to close. Only 1 minute. Just I will plug the charger. Okay, I'm back again. So we were talking about Like they are usually defined using either parentheses or a hyperlink. When specialized words or phrases are used by a passage author, they are usually defined using either parentheses or a hyperlink. So if the author was trying to mention the a specific jargon, a specific technical word, like what? Like the name of a disease. If the passage was talking about medicine and diseases, the name of a disease, he doesn't expect you to know what the meaning of this disease is. So it will be highlighted, will be, sorry, put in a parenthesis, like two parentheses or a hyperlink. It will be like in red, and it will be like if you stopped at it, you will see what it means. It will be special. This is what I mean. If you select the hyperlinked word in the passage, a definition will appear in a box. Do you know what a hyperlink is?
Yes.
Okay, in this book, words of this type are defined at the end of the passage. Naturally, words that are tested as vocabulary questions are not defined for you. Every test has at least one vocabulary question, and many have two. How to recognize vocabulary questions? Vocabulary questions are usually easy to identify. You will see one word or phrase highlighted in the passage. You are then asked a question such as any of the following. The word X in the passage is closest in meaning to. The phrase X in the passage is closest in meaning to. In stating X, the author means that. It all asks about the meaning. Tips for vocabulary questions. Remember that the question is not just asking the meaning of a word. It is asking for the meaning as it is used in the passage. Do not choose an answer just because it can be a correct meaning of the word. Understand which meaning the author is using in the passage. This is the same point that I've just mentioned, that it does not ask about the general meaning of a word because words in English have different and a wide variety of meanings. It depends on the context, the sentence that the author used the vocab in. So its meaning on this specific sentence is this is the one that you should choose, not like different meanings. Okay, and the question will trick you. It would give you like other meanings of the word that are correct, but not in this
What's
context.
up?
Yeah, you get it?
That's
I
not what I
have.
was telling.
Then
You're
I
saying
hold
you
the
won't come
tablet.
right here.
ఏమో ఇక్కడ కూర్చొని చదువుతున్నావు రూమ్ లో పోయి చదువుతున్నావు
Yeah,
It's nice.
okay.
I like it.
Reread the sentence in the passage, substituting the word or phrase you have chosen. Confirm that
Yes,
the
yes.
sentence still makes sense in the context of the whole passage. So this is the point of the context. If you chose a, for example, a wrong answer or an other meaning that is correct, but not in this specific context, the logic won't build up. Like it won't be correct. You will notice that there is something wrong here. Okay, so this step is for verification to ensure that you chose the correct one. This is very important. So this is a question. Try to answer it. Please don't look like at explanation.
But but Awad, I can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awad, will the questions be so easy, or this is just the way it is going to be? I'm just
Yeah,
curious. I'm sorry.
you think it's very easy, or like the questions in the real
I
test
was
will
very
be harder
terrified.
than
I
this?
thought I won't be able to do, but these are doable. And of course, I learned something from this lecture so far. But is it
Yeah,
similar,
yeah,
or is the difficulty going to be
I got you. You
more?
feel like it's easy, and you're
Not
wondering.
easy. I would say doable. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
easy.
okay, doable. Okay, you mean that the real test is harder? Do you expect it to be harder than this? This is your question.
Yes, because when I've written IELTS academics, the reading passages were over my head, and the listening, my God, I can't even say. Although I
Uh,
scored like 6.8 on whole.
yeah, okay. Um, this is not like this is a yeah, an actual sample of the test. This is not like an easy version. This is real. Like this is what you might encounter. But not every time you'll encounter something you know. This time it was like because you have a good luck and the questions like for this question, the vocab, it might be easy, okay? But for other questions, it might be harder. So
Awad,
it
you
depends on,
again. I'm sorry to interrupt. Awad, will you be
yeah.
providing all the listening and reading passages throughout the classes, and you'll have a lot of material given to me so that I'll be solving? Is that how it works, or do you have to purchase separate TOEFL official material, or do you already provide?
Okay, you're asking about the material.
Yes, please.
Like what material you need to like to
In
pass the TOEFL.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think you need this book, the official guide to the TOEFL IBT test, and to understand it well, okay, and to answer all the questions in it. If you feel like you should keep track of your answers and your scores. If you get close to the correct to your target score, like your target score is 90, 100, if you get closer to this, then you are ready to go and book your test. But if you are not ready, you need to answer more, or you need to go back to this knowledge, theoretical knowledge, and understand it better. Ensure you really understand it and solve more. The more you practice, and the more it's not all about practice. This is my like job here. This is my role. This information that I'm giving to you is free in this book. You can just purchase the book and read it. Okay, but my role here is to give you the feedback. Like a lot of students just purchase the book, read it, they thought, okay, underlying thought. They thought they understood it, but actually they didn't understand it. And they are not applying the techniques, they are not applying anything. You get me? So do you need a tutor? Do you need a teacher to follow up with them, to analyze their answers, to tell them why this answer is correct, why this is incorrect, to focus on their weakest points, like he's getting bad score and he's getting wrong answers in this question. So uh, what I will do is give him a lot of questions on this type. Like if you get always the negative factual information question wrong, I will give you maybe 20, 30, 10 questions on this type. So um, I can like I want you to improve. When I recognize that you improved, I will stop giving you questions on this type. That's it. Do
Yes,
you have any
thank you.
questions?
No, I'm sorry. You may proceed. Let's proceed.
Okay. So please answer this question, which is a vocab question. Please don't look
Okay,
at the answer.
you can hide it. I already hide it on my side. I think the locomotion would be like a movement.
Okay, a movement. What do you think,
Hey,
Veno?
Mustafa, can you scroll the page down, please?
Okay.
Just scroll was was a question. Okay, okay. Now
No, no,
scroll
this
up
is
a
the question.
little
This
bit.
is
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know because just to cover the answer. Just scroll the page down so you can hide the answer.
oh,
Just
I
hide
got
the
it.
explanation.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Yep. And this way nobody can see the answer.
So what do you think, Veno? What is the correct one?
I think I come from science background, so this is easier for me. The answer is movement. Locomotion is movement.
Okay, I think also it's movement. Let's check it out. Okay, before we check it out, why you said it's movement? How did you
Yes,
come to
as I
this?
told you, okay. As I told you, this I'm a science student, and all the organisms that we study in our medicine is the organisms have locomotion. Locomotion is the ability to move or movement. So the word locomotion here obviously does not keep say escape or evolution or survival. Locomotion is there for survival. Locomotion is for us to escape. Locomotion, in a way, is evolvement, but literally it means only movement.
Okay, I want you like imagine that you are not a medical student and
Uh,
you don't know anything about locomotion.
oh,
I want you like
okay.
from the question like how did you come? You don't imagine that you don't have any previous knowledge about it. How can you answer it within the question context?
Okay. In that regards, it okay. Do I have to answer this now?
Yeah, yeah, answer it. Go ahead.
Okay. It says that the animal world, the task of moving about is fulfilled in many ways. For some animals, locomotion is accomplished by changes in body shape. So, since it was referring to movement, and I think it is direct a bit, right?
Yeah, you mean he was talking about the movement and then he
Movement,
mentioned it,
yes.
but in another term, another vocab.
Yes, true.
Yeah, that's correct. That's what I meant. What do you think, Kusai?
Yeah, that's one way he use. I will use the other way. I will cut the 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 word to
Oh, my
two parts
man,
like
that's great. Yeah,
yeah, locomotion. So mo motion usually something like keep moving from part to part. So I will
yeah.
try to cut the word to if so when you cut the word you're able to choose one of the multiple choices, or you can go back to them. You can go back to the passage and read two sentences before, two sentences after, so you can find uh, the
So you can
meaning. And
understand the
that's the way
context.
he and that's yeah and that's the way he used he read the sentence before when they say the animal what the task of moving about is fulfilled in many ways. For some animals, locomotion is accomplished by change in the body shape. So they are talking about the movement. So we use the one.
This
They
is
don't talk about evaluation, nothing for the survival to keep him alive, nothing to escape. Yeah, that's we choosing movement.
so your answers, both of you, your answers are great. And I loved your hint, like Kusai, that you divide the word and like guess its meaning. Because a lot of words in English consist of like a combination of two words in one word. Like for example, a sand castle. Sand castle consists of sand and castle. So it's sand castles. And a lot of words like this. But I also loved that you didn't only rely on it and you verified and ensured that this is the correct answer from the context. So this is two techniques that are killing. They are amazing. So the explanation, locomotion means the ability to move from place to place. In this example, it is a way of restating the phrase, the task of moving. In the preceding sentence, so the correct answer is choice B. So they are great. Let us answer the second question. Go for it.
Okay, I'm ready when Mr. Vino ready.
Oh, I am ready too.
Okay, you
Okay,
can go
go.
first, brother.
Okay. Uh, so I want to ask you one thing. So there's a big passage, and out of which they are giving us questions and they're asking it, right? So we'll obviously have a passage I mean, on the whole to look at, right?
Yeah, you mean that the question is incomplete. It is
No,
not
yeah, I
complete.
mean, no, 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 I don't say that. I mean to say, if there was a passage, I'll probably, assuming that I'm not from a science background, I would have been able to not answer. Why? Because here lose the ability to move. If suppose there's a passage, because in the first question they already referred to movement, I'll probably pick up the first answer, assuming that I'm not from a science background. Otherwise, I may get confused with become unconscious or undergo shock, feel great pain.
Yeah, I get
I
your
may
point.
choose this
Like you feel,
because the first question was related to movement. Then I can definitely this as lose the ability to move.
but
Am I on the right track?
if it's not, it will still be confusing
Yes, I mean,
because there is no
yeah, I
clue
think
in the
yes, I
question.
think it still be confusing.
Yeah, I think this
True, I
question,
think it'll still be confusing.
yeah, and I told previous students, other students that I worked with, that this question should not be placed like this way. We need more context because all these things are
Very
bad things,
true.
and all these things are bad
Yes,
results. So we can't
to be
just
treated
like,
immediately.
yeah. But I think this is, what do you think? What do you think, Kusai? I'm gonna give you my opinion now.
I th I think this is only just examples to start to practice the type of question. After that, when we go to the full paragraph, so we can be like entered in the same paragraph, so we can know which paragraph talking about. Then we can go from there. As far as I see, like this is just only example, so I'm good with it. Like I don't have any issue.
Okay, what do you think the correct answer?
And the answer will be A. Lose the ability to move because uh, when you're talking about suffer paralysis, suffer that's mean you like you complain about one thing, and you can paralysis you can cut it to two words, para and lysis. Para it should be like a half. Lysis, I forgot was the meaning for the lysis as a medical, but there would be lose the ability to move, become unconscious. No, it's not the meaning of the become unconscious.
Um,
Undergo shock. Do you not go to the shock? Feel a great pain? No, I mean, as soon you get bite, will have a pain, but not like a great pain. I mean, you still have a feeling for this pain, but not like feel a great pain. So the best meaning for the severe paralysis, in my opinion, they go with the A.
okay, but try to answer it without like having the medical background. Like without para is half and lysis. I think
Yeah,
this is a medical background.
it's yeah, yeah, that's true. But for the other, like people not is not in the field in the medical, it's hard to them to get the answer maybe. But it's still like when you understood the passage, you're able
Yeah,
to
yeah, that's it.
you're able to find the right answer until if you are not in the medical field.
Yeah, that's correct. I will try
That's
to
one thing.
answer it with you, like without the passage and without the medical background. I think that when he said need to be treated immediately or the victim will suffer, this means like an urgent case. Something very, very bad will happen. So all these things are bad, but we want the most, like the worst thing, the worst scenario, the worst consequence. So lose the ability to move. I think this is the correct one. Okay. Become unconscious. I think this is not that urgent. Undergo shock. I don't know. I feel like it's not a common sense. Like a bite or yeah, a bite will cause a shock. It's not electricity. And feel great pain is very vague and very general. Does not. All these things are pain. So will eliminate D, C, B, and it will remain A. I guess this is the correct answer. I will see now. In this example, both the words tested from the passage and the possible answers and phrases. Paralysis means the inability to move. So if the poison from a snake bite causes someone to suffer paralysis, that person will lose the ability to move. The correct answer is choice A. So also pay attention that he didn't like explain why B, C, D are incorrect. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this question, I think, it needs more context. But if we like th thought about it the way I thought, like immediately, it gives a meaning of urgency. Like this is very urgent. So what kind of these like results or symptoms are urgent? The most urgent one.
I think
Unconscious,
become
this is
unconscious is also urgent, right? Don't you think?
um I don't know.
Become to become, I mean, when a person is unconscious, that also has to be treated immediately, right?
Exactly. It should be
Yeah,
treated in the same moment. Like if at least like work at the pharmacy and you have EpiPen, you have to give him epinephrine like same moment, like to make sure he's still alive. Like you try to save person life.
Yes,
so
even
this is also
shock is
very urgent.
also an urgency. Pain is also urgency. Like everything is urgency here. In fact, lose the ability to move is not that urgent.
Okay, let us agree. Let's agree that this question is incomplete. It needs more context, more details. Okay,
Okay.
so let's move on to the type 4 reference questions. These questions ask
Uh,
you to identify
so,
referential.
brother, such
Yeah,
questions are bound to appear, right? Something which is provided with less context and confusing. These are bound to be there, right?
no, in the real test, you won't find like this question. This is because in the real test, you will see the full paragraph. So you can read the two, three sentences before and after it, and you can gain and understand the full context. So this is
Okay,
only
I
like
have
a
one
sample.
last question.
Yeah,
True,
go.
true. So, when they are posing questions, would they highlight the relevant paragraph like they have highlighted even in the
Yeah,
previous
yeah,
passage?
yeah,
Always, right?
yeah, always. But except the I think one or two questions, and one of them is the last question, which is the pro summary,
Uh huh.
because the summary is asking about the general and major ideas. So it's talking the scope of the question is the whole passage, all the paragraphs. So he can't highlight one.
Oh, I
This
get
is
that.
one, and
Thank you.
yeah, this is type 4 question, reference questions. These questions ask you to identify referential relationships between the words in the passage. Often the relationship is between a word or phrase and its antecedent. Antecedent is what the pronoun is referring to. It's called antecedent. Like Veno or Kusai is a smart student. He is 40 years old, for example. So he is referring to the antecedent, which is Kusai or Veno. Okay, the expression or concept being referred to. Sometimes other kinds of grammatical reference are tested, like which or this. So the pronoun won't always be like him, he, she, like clear ones. You might like face these type of pronouns, which like which and this. Sets might contain one reference question, but many have none. How to recognize reference questions. Reference questions look similar to vocabulary questions. In the passage, one word or phrase is highlighted. Usually the word is a pronoun. Then you're asked, the word X in the passage refers to what? The four answer choices are usually words or phrases from the passage, but may also be ideas that are not stated in exact words in the passage. So it's not always um, like exactly the same words. They might be paraphrased, as usual. Tips for reference questions. If the reference question is about a pronoun, make sure your answer agrees in number, singular or plural, and is the same part of the speech, noun, verb, adjective, or adverb, as the highlighted pronoun. So this is common sense. I can't say Kusai or Veno is smart and then say, okay, they are 40 years old. So I'm talking about singular, he. So I should use he for substituting the antecedent, which is Kusai or Veno. I can't just make it. It's common sense. And if it's a noun, I can't use like a verb. They should be the same part of speech. I can't use an adjective like, okay, I don't know. You get this point?
Not quite. Can you just quote an example, please, relating to this?
For the singular and plural,
Yes.
like when I say Vino, I have two sentences. The first one is Vino is a smart student. He, I can't say they or we or you. You, yeah, I can use it, but let's use they, we, she,
Yeah, yeah.
it. I can't
Yes.
use it,
True.
correct? Because I'm
Yes.
talking about a singular one, and he's a male, so I
Yes.
should use he.
Yes.
Okay, noun, verb, adjective, or adverb as the highlighted pronoun. Substitute your choice for the highlighted word or words in the sentence. Does it violate any grammar rules? Does it make sense? So this is the same point for the vocab question. And when we choose the correct one, we should substitute it in the sentence and read the whole sentence and try to see if it makes sense. Is it really correct? Does it like move smoothly with the logic of the paragraph? Or does it like you feel there is something wrong? There is a gut feeling like there is something wrong here. This doesn't sound correct. Message excerpt, the first. Okay, let's try to answer this question.
The first weekly newspaper in the colonies was.
Don't try to like read the whole paragraph. This is wrong. Go ahead. You have the pronoun. Go to the sentence. Read the first sentence, like at the beginning of the sentence to the end of it. If you don't understand, try to read more. But I think you can understand because the pronoun is the same is in the same sentence, so the answer will be in the same sentence.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, what about you, Kusai?
I think I got it. Just let me read it the last time.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think, Veno? What is the correct one?
Which, so
Veno?
the answer would
Yeah.
probably be there. Yeah. You guided me to identify the word which, and most likely the answer will be around that. So I chose distribution.
Distribution. Okay. What do you think, Kusai?
D, postal service.
Yeah, I agree with Kusai. I think it's postal service. Okay, what do you think? Why do you think distribution is the correct one, Veno?
I'm sorry, I just didn't read the whole thing at all. The moment you told identify which, and I took the distribution, if not sale, I just clinged into that and I put the answer distribution. I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh, this is a common mistake, man. You should read the whole. I told you to read the whole sentence. I told you not to read the whole paragraph because this question needs only to read like the concerned sentence. The pronoun
Yeah,
is mentioned in this sentence, so you should read the whole sentence, but you should not read
yeah.
the
The
whole
whole
paragraph.
sentence starts from the distribution, right? The
Okay,
whole sentence starts from distribution. Am I right? And you asked me to read that particular sentence.
yeah, read it now, like from start to the end.
The distribution, if not sale, of newspapers was assisted by the establishment of postal service. Damn, I didn't read it carefully. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, go.
Establishment of postal service. Yeah, the answer is postal service. They're referring to
Yeah,
postal
you got
service.
it, man. That's it. Because it's talking about why do you think Qusay is postal service the correct one?
Okay, when we go back right here, they say the distribution, if not the sale of newspapers, was assisted by the establishment of a postal service in 1710, which had a network. Network, they have a net of some 65 offices. That means they have 65 offices by 1770, serving all the 13 colonies. So if we remove which and just put right here, postal service had a network of some 65 offices by
Yeah,
1770,
that's it, man.
serving,
This is the
then
technique.
they're telling you they're serving all 13 colonies. Who serving the 13 colonies?